Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Emily Haugen. A large, fast-moving wildfire erupted in the town of Weed, California yesterday afternoon. The Mill Fire, as it is named by authorities, prompted immediate evacuation orders. Several people were injured in the fire, according to CAL FIRE. Marley Ginter has the latest.
I'm Marley Ginter for CBS News in Weed, California. I know that I'm standing along Lincoln Street right now only because I was able to look at the map on my phone. But other than that, the street signs out here are singed. You can't even make out what roads are where. You could see these burned out vehicles over here. And then if you look off in the distance, you see some hot spots as well. I can tell you this was once a neighborhood, but all that was once a landmark is really now just burned to the ground. Right now, multiple homes out here. All that's left behind is some burned furniture, and that's all we're able to see out here. At this point, several neighborhoods being told to evacuate.
We came outside and we just saw a blaze, and it was like kindling. It went up and out, and then it went out that way. And then just helicopters everywhere, smoke, fire, heat.
We do know that as we were driving out here, Highway 97 is closed at the Highway 265 junction in Weed. That's about 6 miles south of McDowell. That whole area, of course, impacted by all of this and shut down. This is what they're dealing with right now out here as firefighters continue to try to get this mill fire under control.
And as of 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, CAL FIRE officials in Siskiyou County said the mill fire had been confirmed to be 2,580 acres with zero containment. Multiple evacuation orders remain in place.
All right, here's a look at the radar scan right now. We have a clean sweep across the Cooley region. This after yesterday where we had that line of showers and thunderstorms push its way through. Much needed rain at that. So here's the setup. High pressure is in control and it's going to stay in control for the next several days. We do have a rain chance in the forecast on the 8th day, and that will be again Friday night going into early Saturday. Outside right now, hey, not bad at all. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. Some places even in the upper 60s, 68 in Bosqueville. Prairie du Chien, good evening to you guys. 69 degrees, 76 in Black River Falls as well as Sparta, 74 in Eau Claire, 73 is the current temperature in Winona. And we're substantially cooler today as compared to yesterday. Some places between 4 degrees cooler to 14 degrees cooler. And then this trend is going to continue for tomorrow as well. Now, coming up in the first alert forecast, Emily, we're going to talk about temperatures staying in the 70s. We'll go back into the 80s, and then we'll talk a little bit about that rain chance for next week. So you definitely want to stay tuned to that.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Eric.
You bet.
On Tuesday, to kick off a back-to-school tour, the governor announced a $90 million investment into K-12 education across the state. The investment includes $15 million to double the governor's Get Kids Ahead initiative. With those funds, they hope to provide mental health services in K-12 schools across Wisconsin. They're also investing $75 million to give districts flexibility to meet staffing needs. The governor's $90 million investment comes as many school districts face significant staffing challenges and increased student mental health needs. And it's that time of year again in La Crosse. New UWL students started moving in on Wednesday. The week was smooth sailing for many families, but it wasn't always like this. The university's Residence Life Department extended move-in week to 4 days long 2 years ago. They did this as an effort to keep people distanced during the pandemic. But this year, the change is letting parents send off their children without the stress.
It's a wonderful day. It's really exciting for our families. It's very emotional, and we know that they have an opportunity to just breathe a little bit easier with this process.
Many students and employees had concerns that the La Crosse Street construction would be a barrier to campus life, but after collaboration with UWL, contractors finished the road between West and East Avenues just in time for move-in.
We've been in good communication with the folks on that project to let them know what's going on here. They've been able to let us know what's going on with the project, and they did help get us the north access to campus.
Cross Street is not completely open. Work on the stretch of road between East and Hillview Avenues will be finished by spring. Millions of people will be traveling on Labor Day weekend by car across the United States. According to a recent survey by AAA, about 32% of the country's population is traveling this weekend, and 82% of them will do so by motor vehicle. Dr. Hee-Soo Jung of UW Health says alcohol consumption is common during holiday weekends and a prime factor for automobile crashes any time of the year.
Enjoy your holiday the way that you want to. Those things include things like having a designated driver, making sure that you're drinking in moderation, and also utilizing things such as taxi services and rideshare services.
In addition to keeping your vehicle in good working order, avoid all of these known contributors to crashes while driving this weekend: driving impaired by medications, drowsy driving, distracted driving, and speeding. Fall is just around the corner, and there's no better way to appreciate it than with a trolley tour. There's a new Bluff to Bluff experience in La Crosse. It expands the old 30-minute tour into a 4-hour event full of history and a little exercise.
You'll have an opportunity to be on the trolley, visit several different locations throughout La Crescent and La Crosse, but get off and experience some things as well of what the area has to offer.
The tour will be led by a historical guide. It'll make stops to taste wine and enjoy delicious treats across the region. The first tour just finished, but there are 3 more dates of the Bluff to Bluff experience. If you're interested, we'll post more information at news8000.com. You can help breast cancer survivors and raise money for research efforts in our area during this year's Steppin' Out in Pink. So far, organizers are celebrating more than $87,000 raised so far. Registration fees go up $5 on September 6th. Race day for Steppin' Out in Pink is on September 10th. One of La Crosse's biggest celebrations, Oktoberfest, is fast approaching. To kick off the celebration, organizers have announced a special pass for active military and veterans. Passes are available at the Fest office. A military or veteran ID is required to pick up. Coming up, the Artemis launch is delayed once again. NASA says a large leak is to blame. Plus, over 15,000 Minnesota nurses go on strike, and it's expected to be the largest nurses' strike in U.S. history.
During the Labor Day sale at Home Furniture, everything's on sale. Get up to 30% off regular prices like this dining set for $15.99. Plus, no money down, no minimum purchase, 6-year special financing. The Labor Day sale, now at Home Furniture.
At Batteries Plus, we power family road trips. We power bedtime stories. We power our local hospitals. We power connections with friends. We do more than replace batteries and fix phones and tablets. We help our neighbors power their lives. How powerful is that? Need a phone fixed? We got it. Get powered in-store, curbside, and at batteriesplus.com.
My wife and I worked hard for decades. We thought our retirement was secure.
But inflation is changing everything. Gas, groceries. It's hard for retirees on fixed incomes. But I'm even more worried about the debt we're leaving our grandchildren.
Senator Ron Johnson understands we must get spending under control.
And he's working to stop the waste in Washington.
Tell Senator Johnson to keep fighting for Wisconsin seniors and the next generation.
It's the grand reopening of Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Tire and Auto Service Center. We've been caring for people and their vehicles since 1955. So whether you need tires, batteries, or more, we offer quality auto supplies and service at prices you can trust. Like all brands of tires, buy 3, get 1 free. $3 off Blaine's Lawn and Garden batteries, starting at $34.99. Plus, try our new online appointment scheduling and other features at farmandfleet.com. Tires and batteries, trust and care at Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Tire and Auto Service Center.
During the Labor Day sale at Home Sleep Express, get up to $1,000 off select Beauty Rest mattresses and adjustable sets. With free delivery, setup, and a 120-night guarantee. Get luxurious sleep with Beauty Rest during the Labor Day sale at Home Sleep Express.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now, our community, your station.
For the second time this week, NASA has had to scrub its launch of its huge new moon rocket, Artemis 1. Skylar Henry explains why from Florida's Kennedy Space Center.
This is Artemis Launch Control. Launch Director Charlie Blackwell Thompson just called a scrub for the launch attempt today.
NASA's most powerful rocket will have to sit on the launch pad a while longer after officials called off Saturday afternoon's liftoff because of a hydrogen gas leak.
It was characterized as a large leak.
It's the second time since Monday that leaking hydrogen put the launch on hold. The weather was cooperating early Saturday morning when the launch team began loading nearly 1 million gallons of fuel. But just a few minutes into the operation, engineers noticed hydrogen fuel leaking from the engine section at the bottom of the rocket.
The team tried 3 times to resolve the leak, and all 3 times we saw a large leak.
Citing safety, NASA called off the launch at 11:17 in the morning, 3 hours ahead of the launch window.
We're going to stress this and test it and make sure it's right before we put 4 humans up on the top of it.
NASA officials are going to meet next week to determine whether the rocket will stay on the launch pad or return to the vehicle assembly building for repairs. They'll also try to pinpoint a new launch date.
We're not going to launch until it's right.
Once Artemis lifts off, it'll send an unpiloted Orion crew capsule on a 37-day trip around the moon and back. A dress rehearsal that's another step towards sending Americans back to the moon as early as 2025. Thousands gathered along the Space Coast Saturday, hoping to see Artemis blast off.
I dragged my wife down here. We got here yesterday at 7 a.m. So we've been here quite a while. So it's kind of overwhelming that they scrubbed it.
But since it was a no-go, NASA officials are keeping their fingers crossed that the third time will be the charm. Skyler Henry, CBS News at the Kennedy Space Center.
And NASA says at this point it's not sure what's causing the hydrogen leaks. In a process that could now take weeks, NASA engineers will be troubleshooting the problem. And coming up, a rash that can affect your baby's health, and it's caused by their curiosity.
And in the world of weather, sunny skies today, much cooler as compared to the past couple days. But how long will this cooling trend last? I'll have the details on the first alert forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
We would never hit 12 drunk. Clutch it up drunk? Not a chance. Do a stoppie drunk? We would never drift drunk. So you should never drive drunk. Drive sober or get pulled over.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
When safe drivers save for not answering their phone while driving, they feel like a big deal.
Did you get the ice?
Even if they forgot the ice. Save up to 30% on auto insurance with USAA Safe Pilot. Get a quote today.
This is a story of first downs and second chances.
I wanted to keep playing, but my feet hurt.
You'd think all those big league experts could have helped.
You have access to anything, but none of it worked.
His football career ended, but his plantar fasciitis pain didn't. Till he found the Good Feet store.
I got fitted for my arch supports. Let me tell you something. They work.
Now, he recommends Good Feet to
anybody. If you move, go to the Good Feet store.
So get moving. Come in for your free fitting.
You're not always going to be here, but you always have this. Whether you're here, or anywhere really, the News 8000 app lets you stay updated on your time. Get it today so you can have here. Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
The Minnesota Nurses Association announced that they intend to go on strike after failed negotiations concerning safe staffing and safe working conditions. At least 15,000 nurses will walk off their job next week.
Over a decade ago, our issue was safe staffing. 12 years later, it's the same thing. The difference is our healthcare and our profession are in crisis, and we must stand together.
The Minnesota Nurses Association said they are overworked and understaffed and need more nurses to care for patients. The largest nurses strike in U.S. history is set to begin on Friday on September 12th. This strike does not include any hospitals in our viewing area. It's natural for your kids to be curious, but a rash commonly found on babies can be caused by their curiosity. Hand, foot, and mouth disease is typically spread through respiratory droplets and person-to-person contact. People of any age can get it, but kids catch the virus more easily due to their urge to touch household objects.
It can also be spread through fomites, so touching something that an infected person has touched before. For that reason, we do see that it spreads pretty easily, especially in places where there's a lot of young children.
If your child is infected with the illness, keep them hydrated and treat discomfort with over-the-counter medication like ibuprofen. Experts say you should take your kids to the doctor if their symptoms get worse. And getting a good night's sleep is an important piece of everyone's overall health. However, recent studies indicate that on average, people only sleep for about 6.8 hours per night, and middle-aged people between the ages of 40 and 50 sleep the least. Lack of sleep can cause negative side effects, visible ones like weight gain, but it could also cause some that may not be as noticeable, like heart and blood vessel complications.
Sleep apnea has been very well documented to cause sleep deprivation, and it can contribute to an increased risk of arrhythmias.
If you are a heavy snorer or you need frequent naps during the day, that might indicate that you need to talk to a doctor about possible sleep apnea and even consider a screening test for it. Well, we've had pretty beautiful weather, so hopefully nobody's been taking any naps and really taking advantage of the weather out there. Right. Eric, I want to hear from you. What are we going to expect coming up?
Well, Emily, I got to say this because this is a different crowd. The weekday crew is just all over the place. So now we're in meteorological fall. The reason why I say this is because now, this month, September, this is the last month before we start averaging snow here in La Crosse. We averaged 0.3 of an inch of snow for the month of April.
I'm not ready. I'm not.
At least you're a lot nicer than the weeknight crew.
I need to cherish the fall. So you understand. Don't bring up snow yet.
You got a few more weeks. Take a look outside. We have sunny skies out there. Let's go ahead and put the sunglasses up on the old sun right there. It's a gorgeous evening out there. Temperatures right now, we are in the 70s. We're at 78 with sunny skies in La Crosse. It feels like 79. Humidity is at 48%. We have winds picking up a little bit out of the north-northeast at 12 miles per hour. We have a temperature of 77 degrees here at the TV station. All right, numbers for today. Made it to 79 after a morning start of 63. 80 and 59 is where we should be for this time of year. No rain today, but we're sitting at 1/4 inch of rain for the month thanks to that system that pushed its way through in the overnight hours. Hey, if you have any evening plans, look at the temperatures out there. 76 by the 7 o'clock hour, going to 68 by 9. By the time you join us tonight for the 10 o'clock news, look at that, 66 degrees. And then to round out the evening, we'll see temperatures staying in the mid-60s with mostly clear skies. All right, so here's a look at the radar scan. We have a clean sweep across the area for now. This was our weather maker that pushed its way through. And I want to go ahead and literally draw where the front is. And that's not the front. But we'll go ahead and put the big H where it's supposed to go. High pressure is right there. And it is large, it is in charge. It's going to keep us sunny as we go into the next several days. We will see the temperatures start to go back up as we go on the back end of that high pressure system. So when you wake up in the morning, temperatures in the 40s and 50s will greet you. Some places, especially towards Black River Falls, will see temperatures in the low 40s. So we'll see clear skies for tonight, abundant sunshine for your Sunday. Clear skies for your Sunday night and abundant sunshine again for your Monday. So the first alert forecast for the evening and overnight hours, we'll go to 53 degrees with mostly clear skies, a nice calm wind out of the northeast at around 5 to 10 miles per hour for tomorrow. How about 74 degrees? Plenty of sunshine, very fall-like with winds out of the northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. the balance of the 8-day forecast. And I want to draw your attention to Sunday, where we have that temperature of 74 degrees. And here's a look at your zone forecast. And there are 65 cities on here for you to choose from. Pretty much the same story. We'll see temperatures staying in the 70s with partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies across the board. And like I said, tomorrow, very fall-like. If you have plans to have lunch or dinner outside, definitely a gorgeous day to do so. By Monday, there's Labor Day. Look at that high, 76 degrees. And here's how we get there. We start the day off with temperatures going into the upper 50s, low 60s by the 5 o'clock hour, 68 by the 11 o'clock hour, then mid 70s between the 3 to 5 p.m. time frame. The remainder of the 8-day forecast shows temperatures going into the 80s for Wednesday and Thursday, 20% chance of rain on Friday. That will be in the evening and overnight hours, much like last night. Then that front pushes its way through again, Emily. We drop the temperatures with highs in the mid 70s for next weekend as well. So there's something about weekends and September and fall-like temperatures, and I'll take that.
You know what? I asked for fall and you gave me it.
You know,
So
asking
I'll
you
take
shall
it.
receive.
Thank you so much, Eric. I appreciate it. All right. Talk to you later. Coming up after the break, UWL kicks off their football season today. Kate is in next with those highlights.
CityCam 8 is brought to you by the Board Store. A new entry door is like a smile on the face of your home. As the only Pro Via Platinum dealer in the area, the Board Store can help you design the door that welcomes you home.
When our kids go to school, we want them thinking about this, not worrying about this. But Tim Michaels would allow guns on school grounds and let teens buy AR-15s and red flag laws that help prevent school shootings. He says they won't happen here. It's another reason Tim Michaels' radical agenda is a risk we just can't afford.
We asked our customers what they love about Blaine's Farm and Fleet's auto service.
I'm getting all of my maintenance done here. I just had tires and brake job done last year. I'm getting an oil change today. I trust them with my car.
I had a battery put in here. They did a great job.
With Fleet in our name, you know we're auto experts. Schedule an appointment in-store or online and experience what others have since 1955. Tires and batteries, trust and care.
Classic Antique and Collector Car Auction, Winona, Minnesota, October 7th and 8th. Everyone welcome as a buyer, seller, or spectator. Midwest's largest collector car auction. Consign now and turn your classic into cash. Find out more at RemlingerAuctions.com or call 507-450-3173 today. RemlingerAuctions.com.
Habitat for Humanity La Crosse area, New Ground, Cooley Region Ecoscapes, and Grow La Crosse are proud to announce the launch of Phase 1, an exciting new project to revitalize La Crosse and make it an even better place to live, work, and play. Help support us in getting this project completed. Join us for a ribbon cutting on September 10th to learn more about the project and why it's important to the community. Information can be found at habitatlacrosse.org/renewtheblock.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
One of the college football season, and the UWL Eagles are looking for a breakout year. They started the year ranked 12th in Division III, and with many of the starters returning, their hopes are high for this season. They're beginning the year against NAIA opponent Dakota State, definitely a game that UWL should win. All right, we go to Roger Herring Stadium. Eagles offense goes 3 and out, but the defense, man, they were everywhere. Westby grad Ryan Daines helping on the sack, and the Eagles get the ball back. They actually get into field goal range, but then the field goal attempt is blocked, and Dakota State keeps UWL scoreless for the entire first quarter. I did not see that one coming. But in the second, the Eagles go into work. Helterbrand hands it off to Joey Stutzman. He has a nice pickup for the first down, and then a few plays later, Kay Garcia in at quarterback, and he finds his man Cameron Sorensen in the end zone for the touchdown. The Eagles get on the board, and a bit of a slow start by the Eagles, but they woke up in the second quarter, scoring 35 points and went into halftime with a huge lead. This one is currently 42-0, and the Eagles should finish 1-0. And well, it's also the return of football at the Division I level, and that means the return of some of the coolest and best traditions all across the country. And I may have a little bias for the Hawkeye Wave, but I needed to show something because the Badger game just started, but their Big Ten West opponent, Iowa, barely beat South Dakota State with a score of 7-3. Iowa scoring 2 safeties and a field goal, and the apparent drive of the game was an Iowa punt to the 1-yard line and then a safety on the very next play. You gotta love Big Ten football. For the Badgers though, like I mentioned, they're playing right now on Fox Sports 1. That game just got started a little bit ago, kicking off the season against Illinois State. The Badgers were picked as the favorite in the Big Ten West and are coming into the season ranked number 18. Now let's check in on the major leagues. The Cubs visiting St. Louis, and man, the Cardinals now with a 7.5 game lead in the AL Central. This game just getting underway. Cubs up early in that one. The Brewers might have a tough time getting back in the division race, but they only trail the wild card by 3.5 games and could still sneak into the playoffs. But in order to do that, they really need to get a few games on the Diamondbacks. That game is set to start shortly after 7. And then the Twins in an important series against the White Sox. They only trail Cleveland by 1 game in the AL Central, and the White Sox are only 3 games back of that spot. So some very important games across the board, though the White Sox do have a 4-0 lead in the first. Now that's all I got time for right now, but I'll have full highlights from all of those games later tonight at 10. We'll be right back.
Connect with us on Twitter at News8News. Or you can always find us at news8000.com.
The Minnesota State Fair has various attractions, but there is one attraction that is a fairgoer favorite. Jim Ertl runs the CHS Miracle of Birth Center, where families are able to pet baby animals. Seeing those baby animals brings joy to the man behind this State Fair attraction. He started working at the fair showing farm animals in a small barn in the 1980s. Then in 2001 moved to a bigger space to accommodate more people.
I ask how many are here multiple years, and I have hands that raise their hands. So it's kind of a joyment.
Ertl's goal is to have fairgoers become more engaged and learn all about the animals. The Minnesota State Fair ends on Monday, September 5th.
Not a bad attraction at all.
Very clever. I see it. Beautiful weather for the fair, too.
Hey, tomorrow, plenty of sunshine, very fall-like winds out of the northeast at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Balance of the 8th day. Look at Labor Day, 76 degrees. I know a lot of folks have that 3-day weekend. Definitely a gorgeous 3-day weekend nonetheless. 79 for Tuesday. How about 80s Wednesday and Thursday? Friday, a little bit of a hiccup. 20% chance of rain again, much like last night where we had that front push through. Always Friday, but it makes for a cool weekend.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I am too.
I was at the UWL football game. Perfect weather for that.
I mean, thank goodness. Beautiful. Thank goodness. I know some places over towards Eau Claire last night had a nice little round. Matter of fact, we did have some severe thunderstorm warnings pushed through the area last night. So we lucked out. We had a little bit of rain, but I know some places was definitely much worse. So
I was headed over from the Milwaukee area this morning, and I drove literally through the rain, and it was a little scary for me because I've had some bad experiences driving in the rain recently, but I'm glad we didn't have it at all because I got out of it right after I passed through Madison, which was lovely.
That's good. Speaking of fair, what's your favorite fair food?
My favorite fair food?
Oh, no.
I love Sweet Martha's. I didn't get to go this year, though, so I don't have any take on the new stuff. I don't know. How about you guys?
Well, as the Iowa State Fair, where I'm from, our big attraction is the fried butter on a stick.
Ooh.
So
have you had that?
No, never.
I need to try that.
But I want to try it. I feel like
too.
it's just something you got to try.
Well, you have to. You know what? I'm a pork tenderloin guy. I'm from Indiana, so you get the little bitty bun with the huge pork tenderloin on there. Oh.
Wow.
And now I'm hungry.
I know, and we got football tailgating food back.
There we
go.
All the
good kind of food is back. Oh, no.
All right, well, it's
dinner
just
time.
I was going to say just in time for dinner. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for watching News 8 Now at 6. We hope to see you right back here tonight at 10.